how you have to score, no matter how you got to get a stop, no matter how many yards you give up or how many yards you get. It just doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter in this one. It's just all about, did you win or did you not? We got the victory, first one in conference play. Again, very, very thankful for what the guys did today.
Mark, I know you've downplayed it all week, and you've obviously coached a lot of games in the stadium here, but did it feel different? Did it feel special?
It was special being with this new group of young men that we've worked so hard with. You know, when you first get to a new school, like, you know, I got there early on and I'm watching tape of what they did last year. Well, I don't know the guys. I don't know their names, I don't know their faces, I don't know their stories, I don't know anything. I'm just watching tape, and it's kind of, I don't know, it's not very emotional, I guess, so to speak. But then you get to know their names, you get to know their faces, you get to see them work, you get to see them strive to try to do what we're asking them to do, and then all of a sudden it just comes to life a little bit different. I mean, now if I watch a highlight of this year or a replay of a game this year, I know all these guys and I love all these guys, and I'm so proud of how hard they play and how hard our coaches have been coaching it. The whole thing, all the strength and conditioning, nutrition, the academic people, I mean, recruiting, our administration has been awesome. I mean, everybody's pulling in the same direction right now, and it gives us a chance. And it's tough. It's a tough league. It's a tough, college football, it's tough to every week get it done. And we got it done this week, so I'm thankful.
Did you ever even briefly, whether it was during the week or today, when you walked into the stadium, flash back to your last game from last year?
No, just that my first impression, to be honest with you, was how good the grass looked. That's what I thought. I was like, I don't know who's charged the grass, but that thing looks good. And what a beautiful day it was. That was the first thing I thought about, but not really. I think it was more of being here a lot, you know, not just one game as much as being here a bunch of times. When you had the times that I was at Florida State, I don't even know, maybe 12 times or something like that, maybe 13. So I've been here a lot, 20-some years in a row playing these guys, so you kind of get used to it.
Mark, how impressed are you with, especially your freshmen, Pinkney, Quarterman, Joe Jackson, some of them scored, I mean, they
Right. It's fun. It's fun for them. You know, they're probably having more success than they should have right now, and they're probably not really good at handling it. I heard an interview they had the other day talking about how great they were. And he was trying to convince me he was bragging about the team and not him, but I wasn't quite convinced of it. But you know, like I've said before, they don't know that they don't know what's about to happen to them somewhere along the way. And, you know, they're gonna get punched really good one time, and we'll see how they react.
How big were those two defensive touchdowns for their confidence going against these guys?
Well, I don't know about the confidence, but just for the final score. I mean, let's face it. Without those, who knows what would be happening right now. And but again, when you play this offense, you know, you saw how they're controlling the ball and how they ate up every second in between plays. And you know, we had really, I guess we had 3 series and kind of an end of the halftime kind of deal. We won very much. We scored twice in the first half, and then the other one obviously we didn't. But it's so true that you better maximize your opportunities when you can, or you better get a turnover, or you better find a way to score on special teams. And it just turned out that it was on defense.
Mark, you talked about just the ability of, you know, a different back to get it done when you need to, and you were able to use the 3 of them each in their own way today. What did you think of that group?
I think they're all really good players. I think together they're a great tandem. You know, Joe gave us, you know, some spark real early on. Did a beautiful job of coming off the bench and taking full advantage of his reps. And, you know, but I think they're all good players. I think they all can pass pro. I think they all can run well. I think they secure the ball well. And they're pretty good route runners and ball catchers. So, you know, they're really not situational backs at all. They're guys that we think we can put them in and call anything that we want.
So, Mr. Richt, how did you guys prepare against the triple offense?
Say it again.
How did you guys prepare against the triple offense at Georgia Tech?
Well, we just lined them up the way we saw it on film and got our scout team to do the best they could.
There we go.
Mark, what do you think of the impact of your final touchdown? Then you guys get their score, but you guys.
Oh, yeah, I mean, to get that score was big. Make it a 2-score game again, give us a little bit of breathing room. But they kept banging away at us, and, the only thing I don't like about what I did was at the end of the game, when I threw that ball on 3rd down, we just really should have 8 more clock, maybe chewed up one more timeout. It was going to chew up 40 seconds or a timeout, 1 or 2. 3rd and long was just not a good call. But not to say the rest of the game I called beautifully, but that one in particular, I was dreading.
4 penalties today, that was a big thing you wanted to cut down, obviously, from last year.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's good not to have the penalties, but the 2 that we had back-to-back could have really killed us. I mean, we're sitting there with 2 scores and already in decent field goal range and have a possibility of kicking a field goal or scoring another touchdown. And then I think all the air would have come out of it, or all the drama would have come out of it. But 30 yards worth of penalties on 1 play, and 1 play and then after the play, I got to see what happened. But it's inexcusable. But 4, when you look at the line of only 4, and I mean, that's a good thing.
40 minutes, 40 minutes to 20 minutes. Sorry, is that what you expected?
Anybody who's looking at time of possession, it's always going to be that way. It's always going to be that way. I say always, it's almost always going to be that way, because they, as you saw, they're going to eat up every single second in between snaps. So, if we're snapping it every 20, they're going to snap it every 40. And, the goal is to get the stops. The goal is to move the ball and score points. And, we still believe that using a little bit of tempo, I mean, the drives that we use our tempo were the drives that really were the best ones we had. And, we got to learn how to finish a game. I mean, we did get that last 1st down in that very last drive, or we might have had to punt again. I've seen punts get blocked, scoop and score, onside kick. All of a sudden, you're like, oh my goodness, what's about to happen? So I'm never comfortable until it's 0-0, and we got the lead. But yeah, it's hard to do any. I mean, the only way you can help time of possession is get more 3 and outs, and then offensively. You could change. We could change what we do and let more clock go in between, which we did at the very end. But they're always going to win. They're always going to win that battle. I say that. I think they only had 29 something going into the game, which was rare for them.
All right, last question, guys.
What's been your biggest challenge since you've been in the program?
I think just getting everything started up in totality, every single area of your program. There's so many things that have to be, kind of working for you, going in the right direction. Everybody has to understand what we want in all these areas that I mentioned earlier. It just takes a lot of energy, a lot of time. It takes a lot of focus. And then when you add, that I'm now doing a lot more game planning, I'm calling the plays, I'm working with the QBs, I'm doing all that as well. I mean, it can wear you out. But it's a good tired for me right now. I'm tired, but it's a good tired.
Thanks. Quick follow-up, was there ever any point during this process where you thought, maybe I shouldn't have come back?
No, that's funny you asked that, but when I went to Georgia, first time being head coach and all the responsibility of that and the weight of that job and not ever feeling it before, not knowing what it felt like. There's many times that I had, my face in the carpet praying and crying and all that, but the second time around, kind of knowing what you're in for, we knew, Catherine and I knew what it was going to take and the energy and all, and we looked at each other and said, we're either all in or we're all out of this coaching thing for now. And we decided to be at Miami. We decided we're all in, and I appreciate all the support I've been getting.
Mark,
go-
you've been a part of this week
Yeah,
as a
Florida State.
player, and you have Florida State now as a Miami coach. What are you expecting this to be like?
I don't know. I know our fans will be riled up, ready to go. That's going to be nice.